Hello, hello, beloveds, and happy Monday. I wanted to take a moment to tune in and turn on with you and share some insight and inspiration of what we have coming this week. It's a week full of light and shadow. And what I mean by that, first of all, we've got our second Mercury retrograde of the year. Hey Toshik, thanks so much for tuning in. Hey Valsifa. So this Mercury retrograde will arrive on Wednesday, and with this Mercury retrograde is in Cancer. So us Cancers, myself included, we're going to feel it, but all of us are going to feel it in the depths of our soul. Cancer being that water sign, being that intuitive, being that deeply connective energy is going to really take us to the depths of our soul. So not only will we be looking at our shadows, we'll be also looking at our light. Hey Anna, thanks so much for tuning in. And so the important thing, few things about this Mercury retrograde. First of all, it's going to last from Wednesday through July 12th. So we've got 3 weeks of looking at things that look like our shadow, that are some of our dark spots, as well as our light, because then on the weekend we've got the summer solstice and the new moon. So what this is looking like is that we've really have to do our work. So not just us individually, but us as a world, as a collective, as human beings. And one of the biggest things that I know that we're experiencing right now, hey Kiana, thanks so much for tuning in, out there in the world, is this idea of our separation. And, there is a sense of separation. There's, the black, the white, the man, the woman. There's all these ways that we separate ourselves. But you know what? In truth, we are truly much. We truly are just individualized expressions of spirit. And so that's what I'll be bringing in today, is the power of pivot, because the power of pivot, this is a free masterclass I'm giving today at 6 o'clock Central Standard Time. You can sign up. I will pop the link in on my page. But the power of the pivot is, how can we shift? How can we pivot ourselves into a place and space of recognizing that what we're feeling inside, if we're feeling that fear, we're bringing that out. So I want us to radiate love, even though it feels hard, even though it feels sticky, it feels dark. I still want to radiate love. Oh, my bendy just fell. Hold on. I still want to radiate love, because that is what I am. That is what we all are. So let me fix it. There I go. I think I got it. And the reason I'm wearing my bindi and really want to share with you is because, many of us think that this is our third eye. And in truth, it's our first eye. Did you know that in utero, of course, our intuition, our nerves, our cells are formed first before these eyes. So this is actually our first eye. And this is why you see me in my videos a lot of times closing my eyes, because it's not that I'm thinking about something, it's that I'm listening. Because this eye, when it is closed, allows you to see, and actually allows you to hear at a deeper level. And so if we remember that this is not our third eye, but in fact our first, we allow ourselves to hear at a deeper level. Because a lot of times we don't even hear. When we get an intuitive hit, when people talk about, oh, my intuition told me, sometimes it doesn't come through here. In fact, it comes through here. And so when we allow ourselves to listen with our first eye and close these eyes, then there is no judgment, there is no fear, there is no wrong, there is no right. And so this is how we learn to heal this planet. We can heal this planet with love. We can truly heal it with love if we allow ourselves to believe in love, that we are love, that love isn't something out there, but we are the love. And so that's what today's Power of Pivot is really about. This is a free masterclass. And it's going to give you the opportunity to look at how your shifting of consciousness can support all of our connective, consciousness. We have all gotten here because we were all ready for a change, and change is coming. One of my favorite quotes by Reverend Martin Luther King is, "We are ripe to do right." And that's what this power of pivot is all about. This is what Reverend Martin Luther King was speaking about when he said we are ripe to do right, because we want to be the people that have a world that works for everyone. We want to be the ones who do change the world, and I look back at my notes from when I did the predictions. I get my divine download right here in that first eye. I get it in about November. Why they choose November, I don't know. But my spiritual guides, my ancestors, give me the divine download for the new year in November. So back then, and I'll be sharing this in an upcoming live on Instagram, back then I had a note that said, colonization ends in 30 years. Now, I didn't know that it was going to come from spiritual unrest, however, spiritual and social unrest. But what I did know is that there was a humanitarian movement happening. That's what this age of Aquarius has been teaching us. And so as we allow ourselves to fully step into what the age of Aquarius is, the age of Aquarius is about energy waves. It is not just about an experience of, transformation on the outside. It is all about our transformation. I know right now I'm in a mode of transformation. Are you in a mode of transformation? I know I am. And because we all are, this is exactly what we're seeing out there in the world. And so thank you everyone who hopped on. Hey Maria, hey Leslie, hey Erin, hey Tonya, my name sister. And so as we allow ourselves to lift and shift our consciousness, we support the elevation of our world. So I'm not saying, that there's not something going on that we need to be consciously connected to, but what I am saying is let's lift the fear. Let's shift the fear. Let's do right. We are ripe to do right. This is not just a black and white issue. This is a humanitarian issue. They're boycotting even down here in Mexico. You know what I'm saying? For a bunch of different things. One of my husband's closest friends from childhood has disappeared. This is a common thing here, to be disappeared, right? And, so this is also about the police brutality that is here. So there is unrest in all of us because we are unrest in here. And when we allow ourselves to operate from this place right here where there is no more hurt, but in fact there is love, there is light, then we can start to shift the consciousness of this planet from the ground up. When the ground, nature has reset herself because we've all been put inside, right? And since she's reset herself, she will allow us to reset ourselves from our feet to our crowns. Do you know what I'm saying? The thing is, if this is clouding us, we're not going to hear what this is saying, just like we're not going to be able to hear what our first eye is saying. And so allow yourself to get quiet, to get centered, to pray, and we are all ripe to do right. We are, because in truth, it is not our differences that make us have these energies. It is, in fact, our similarities. It's not just that we all bleed red. It is truly the fact that we are all love, but we've forgotten. Many of us have forgotten. And so what is not right, what is right for some might not be right for others. And that is a matter of preference and a matter of different things. But guess what? We inhabit this planet together with all the beautiful animals, with all the trees and the seas. And so that's what I'll be sharing in tonight's free masterclass. So again, join the power of the pivot. It will be an hour-long experience for us to pray, to meditate, and share how to shift that low vibe into a high vibration of consciousness and spiritual activism. And so I personally invite you. I'll be popping the link in just a few moments, but let's go ahead and take it to prayer, because prayer always just changes things, changes the inside and the outside. So just take a moment, take a breath, place your hand on your heart, allow yourself to just be here right now, without the news, without the noise, just in this divine and perfect moment. With our eyes closed, we absolutely know that we are joined. I'm not just on this phone during, using internet. We are connected heart to heart, spirit to spirit. And as I know that we are connected, all over the world, through all of the different channels and satellites, there is our energy, there is our frequency, and the frequency of love vibrates to each and every one of us and all of us. And so I just lift and shift our consciousness right where we stand, right where we sit, right here, right now, as I'm just knowing that the divine spirit that knows all of us, that knows all of our hearts, knows that there is no wrong, there is only love, knows that regardless of the darkness that has taken hold of us, there will always be light. And I'm a part of the Light Worker Brigade. And so I just bless each of us. I bless every man, woman, and child, every tree and every sea, every animal and every insect. I know that each of us is a part of the solution. Otherwise, we would not be here. We have been born for this time. We are the light workers. And so I just bless us this week. This Mercury Retrograde, the summer solstice, the new moon, I bless it all. I bless our ancestors and our angels. I bless the food we eat and the drinks we drink. I bless the love and I bless the light. I bless our shadows and I bless our heart space. And for this and so much more, I am so grateful. So I release it. I let it be. And so it is. Ashe, blessed be, as above and so below. Thank you so much for having this time to join with me in a moment of prayer and a moment of connection, because we are divine. And I can't wait to share more of that divine light with you in tonight's free masterclass. So stay tuned for how you can sign up and get registered, and I'll see you tonight at 6 p.m. Also, I've got a lot of new things coming up, so I will be sharing that too, including the Divine Dismantling Journaling Workbook. If you're ready to dive deep in, go ahead and pre-order the Divine Dismantling Journaling Workbook. This 3-part workbook is an opportunity for you to dive deep into yourself. That's why it's got journaling already in there and allowing you to reset and refresh your spiritual self. And this is all about spiritual activism. And so all of those links will be in my bio. So I send you so much love and light, beloveds. Happy Monday. And until next time, peace and blessings.